Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. So, how can you change your life? Well, I've got a story for you. This is regarding somebody that I knew, oh man, between 20 and 25 years ago, but it still applies today. So when I was in high school and a couple years after high school, I was going to a Taekwondo school. And this place, it was USA Taekwondo, and it was run by Master Muhammad, who was this built black dude, kind of built like Billy Blanks back in the day, if you remember Taibo. But then his voice, because he was from Morocco, his voice sounded like African Arnold Schwarzenegger. But that is who ran this school. And it was really good school. It was the second martial arts school that I had gone to. Before that, I was like 13 and I went to Chung's Taekwondo. But no, at USA Taekwondo, there was this girl there, and her name was Teresa, and her son would go there. And because of where I was at in my skill, even though I was only a yellow belt, after a few months, Master Muhammad was like, yeah, you're going to be sparring with like the red belts and the black belts. I wasn't allowed to spar with the other people who are like at my belt rank because, yeah, that wasn't good for them. So they pretty much, they took advantage of the fact that like they could pretty much practice on me, which kind of sucked at times, but I did like the challenge. And one of those people ended up being Teresa. So she was a red belt going on to a red and black belt or deputy black belt. And then after that, she was going to have her black belt. So I would, on a regular basis, end up sparring with her. And it was horrendous. Actually, this tooth right here, yeah, she's the one that broke the top of that like clean off with a sidekick to the face. Yeah, that was bad. Mouth guards don't protect as well as they say they do. And how Teresa ended up there was she was, I don't think she was a single mom. I think she was a stay-at-home mom. And after her son was born, she put on a lot of pounds, and she did not like how she looked. So she decided to do something about it. That's the key. A lot of people like to bitch and moan and whine and complain and blah. And then when you offer solutions, they're like, I can't do that. Oh my God, that's so much work. Okay, so you get paid to be here and you call this work, but when it comes to improving yourself, that's work? What? Yeah, I would say that's the majority of people, at least Americans. Like, we suck at motivating ourselves to improve ourselves. We really do. And family, friends, I've seen so many people that are like, I had this one buddy I used to hang out with, and for a while, after him and his girlfriend broke up, he decided that he was going to start going to the gym because he knew that he was going to be joining the army. And this dude, within like a few months, got freaking jacked. He was massive. The dude was already like pushing like 6 foot. And then all of a sudden, like, he came over to my house one day. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, he was all sweaty and he was just kind of like real twitchy. And he's like, oh, it's that fucking pre-workout, dude. Like, I take that stuff and I go there and for like an hour, I'm just like, yeah. And then I get all done and I take a shower and it's still there with me. But it's about who you hang out with, because he met his girlfriend and ended up marrying her. So that's his wife now. They have a kid together. But she was really big into the green stuff, and he was like, "Man, I used to love that in high school." So of course, like as soon as he was out of the army, the gym went away, and instead it was the Great Lebowski, if you know what I mean, right? So you can imagine like what happened there. But no, Teresa, exact opposite. So she started going to the aerobic kickboxing class. And after a year of the aerobic kickboxing class, that got boring. And she dropped all the weight. So what did she decide to do? Well, if I can come here and do an hour of this every day, I can do the Taekwondo class. A couple years later, it was like only like 3 or 4 years later, I'm sparring with her. She's breaking teeth. We used to go to tournaments. There was a couple of tournaments that I went to, and one was in Peoria, Illinois. We drive all the way there. We carpooled to go to this thing. It was held in like a freaking high school gym or something. But I ended up bringing home a first place trophy for my belt rank, which look at who I was sparring with. Duh. And then for her, they had these Grandmaster trophies where the black belts of a certain age range will compete against each other and try to take home this trophy that's like 5, 6 feet tall. You can barely get in your car. I don't know why the hell anybody wants it. But what Master Muhammad would do was he knew that she had the skill to beat the person that was there that she would likely be paired up against. And so he would just go and hand her a black belt, and she put it on, and therefore she had the rank. She goes in, boom, 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 boom. She's taking home the trophy. It was crazy. She was bringing home black belt trophies before she was officially an actual black belt. And yeah, so that was like a year before I had to stop. I couldn't afford to go there anymore. I could afford to go to at a certain point, but as for test, that was the other thing. I couldn't test because I couldn't afford to test. I could barely afford to go there each month. It was like $60 a month, something like that. And working at Meijer was like $5 an hour plus like car and gas and insurance and all that garbage and trying to go to college. And so something had to go. And then, yeah, I ended up leaving there, and I still tinkered around with a bunch of stuff. I played around with boxing at home, and I started doing the Tough Man competitions when that came around. Remember that TV show? It was on, what was it, like Spike TV or something? And you had Daisy Fuentes was like one of the hosts for it. And at that time, it was just boxing. And locally, in that area where I lived, it was like a bunch of the Taekwondo guys who really didn't know how to throw a punch are winning these Tough Man competitions. I didn't win. Don't ever say that I won a competition, all right? I won a couple fights. I did not win a Tough Man competition. Good Lord. Yeah, there was a whole nother story. So Teresa ends up, once you get your 3rd degree black belt, you can open your own school. And I mean, he's already handed her the black belt so that she can take home trophies when she doesn't even have the rank to do so. But a couple years later, she ended up opening her own school, Elite Taekwondo. And this school was in the newspaper like every month during the summer. It was every couple of weeks, I swear to God. They'd have a picture of like her and like all of her students, and they're all holding their trophies, and it was like local martial arts school. Like everybody brought home something. It was crazy. But this woman, she goes from, I don't like how I look and feel, I need to take care of myself. And not only does she end up losing all the weight and getting healthy again, but then her son was going there too. And her son, like, that was their thing. Like, they would both go there together to do the Taekwondo class. And she's going up in the rank and he's doing his thing in the kids class. So when it comes to just weight loss, there's no excuse, really. Like, these stay-at-home moms, yes, I'm talking to you. No, I have a kid, I can't go. That's bullshit, okay? Remember those old P90X ads where it has like the mom, like, I had to lose the baby weight, and then like the baby's like in the little playpen over here while she's doing the video and the workout, and then she sends in the video to show like her gains and everything, because that was when that whole thing started to kick off. It wasn't like Tony Horton and his compadres from the videos. That didn't really sell it. It was the people who bought it and then shared the results they got. And then other people were like, that's like a normal dude. Like, what's going on there? So if you want to change your situation, you want to change your life, first of all, stop complaining, stop whining. Nobody likes a whiny little bitch, okay? There's nothing more unattractive than that. I mean, yes, there probably is, but that's getting pretty high up there as being a whiny little bitch about things. Doers, do it. Nike didn't make billions of dollars from that ad just because it was a fad or something. No, like, you just go out there and fucking do it. Good Lord, get off your ass. Just go. You can find P90X now at your local Goodwill for like $5. And guess what? The workouts still work. It's not outdated. No. And if you can't do that, you can definitely find some Billy Blanks out there too. Get some Tae Bo. Do something. Just do something.